Hi Dave, welcome to the THQ podcast. So you're someone that I've really wanted to get in and have a conversation with because your transformation is something that I think is very inspiring. Not only how much weight you've actually lost and how much you've actually changed, but it's something that I think is quite powerful because what people tend to do is all or nothing mentality. Now, I talk a lot about going all in, but the all or nothing mentality I think they'll do really well Monday to Friday, and they'll do rubbish at weekend, or they'll do really well for 3 months, and then they'll do rubbish for the next 2 months, and then they'll go back again. And what I think, what is the main fuel for that, I think, is that they think that fitness is, right, well, it's not drinking beer, it's not eating out, it's not this, it's not that. And I feel like you have to there's either removing everything out of their life, or they're not. And it's that there's no balance. What's been sort of special about your transformation, and it sort of gives me more motivation to help other people achieve what you've achieved, is that you've gone all in at certain times, you've progressed massively, but you've looked at all the bad habits that you've got, and you still probably do all the bad habits that you've got, yet they no longer become like something that stops you getting in shape. It's sort of more of a fuel to help you maintain it. So, you still have your weekends away, you still have your holidays, you drink your beer, you still do everything that you did beforehand, but rather than literally trying to think, right, no, I just have to do that less, you've just made it work for you massively, and this is what I wanted to get out of this conversation today. So, start by introducing yourself quickly and by telling us what was your weekly habits like, what was like the worst habits, like your drinking habits, your eating habits, literally go all, tell us everything.
Yeah, so I'm from Yorkshire originally, which you can probably tell by the accent. Brought up by a working class family in a working class town. All my friends and my parents' friends were all of a similar nature. Main socialising area was the local working men's club. So I was brought up, my dad was a member of the club, my friends were members of the club, my parents went there every weekend. So my weekend and my week would be really around this working men's club. So I'd play pool and snooker for them Tuesday, Wednesday, go out of a few pints. Friday nights, Saturday afternoons would be spent in there, Sunday dinner time. So it was a very alcohol-related social scene. Yeah. Go out with your friends, you go for a takeaway after, you'd have a kebab, you'd have a pizza, you'd have a Chinese, you know what I mean? You'd have all the things that are generally bad for you.
Yeah.
So on a week-to-week basis, I would probably go out 3 or 4 times on average, drinking beer, and it would be 10, 12 pints, sometimes more if we were out all day or out for the weekend or something.
Yeah. So would you think that, what sort of stopped you from would you say that it was like a fear of you having to give up what you've sort of grown up with, that was a fear of not wanting to get in shape or not going to the gym or not wanting to get fit because you fear you'd have to give that up?
I don't know really. I think it's because as I was younger I played a lot of football and I was quite active and ran a little bit at school.
Yeah.
And then once I left school and got working, I started putting on weight and getting bigger, where I finally got to a point where I thought, for health reasons, I'd get out of breath walking because I were quite big at my biggest. Health reasons, I'd walk so far and I'd be out of breath. If I went out with my mates, we'd walk into a bar and I'd be sweating because I were hot, do you know what I mean, and everything. And I think I just got to a point where I thought, I need to do something about this. I got married 3 years ago and I lost about 1.5 stone just going to the gym, but I was doing the stuff like running, rowing, cycling, a little bit of weights, but I didn't really know what I was doing, and sort of ate salads and proper dinners and yogurt and things rather than taking sandwiches. So I cut down a little bit of bread.
Yeah.
So I sort of changed my lifestyle, but without the education, if you know what I mean, or without a proper training program. I mean, you go to a gym, they give you an induction and tell you what to do, ask you what you want to do and give you a program, but you just go and sort of pretend you know what you're doing, do you know what I mean? So it did work. I did lose a little bit of weight, but it was non-maintainable, you know what I mean? It was just soon as you stopped doing that, went out for a drink again, it'd pile back on, or I'd feel unhealthy again.
That you've hit the nail on the head there as well, because I think it's probably the main reason it probably did come back is the education point of view. So what we obviously try to do a lot is educate you into why the changes are actually happening, give you actually decent habits that will literally last a lifetime. And if you understand why then you're less likely to ever go backwards again. So just for everybody listening and watching, how much weight have you lost in total from today, from sort of when you first started?
From when I first started THQ, I've lost just over 5 stone, so about 32, 33 kilograms, and about 36 inches, which is 3 foot. You know, so if you think taking 3 foot off your body, I mean, I still now find clothes that absolutely bury my shirts. I found a pair of jeans the other day that I really like these jeans, put them on and like, you know what I mean, you could get 2 of me in them. It's just, it's unbelievable really to see how big you actually were, and it's quite embarrassing. You know, I see pictures, there's a certain photograph that I've got, I went out to the Thai with friends, I can't remember, for mine on my wife's birthday, maybe 3 years ago, and my head is absolutely massive. You know, it's there's no shape, and it's just an awful picture. It's a good picture to see now. It's an absolutely awful picture. But at the time, I was looking in the mirror and thinking, this is me. You know, this is me normal. You know, so it's strange, really.
We don't, and this is why I always tell people to take progress pictures, because like you don't see yourself growing up.
No,
so
no, you don't.
You just like you don't actually think that that's not you.
You
so
never
like,
one day look in the mirror and go, oh, I've changed. You know, so
definitely. So it's so good to make sure that you are actually taking progress pictures and make sure that you've been aware. So, tell me about your habits now that you have. So obviously you had how the transition from sort of everything that you've been able to, all the bad habits that you've been able to keep in your life, but sort of turn them into sort of good habits now because they actually help you maintain your transformation. So talk about like maybe how your routine is. You can still play golf all the time. You don't have to live at the gym. You can still you play golf all the time.
Wish I did.
But you know my point. You don't have to have to take away a lot of things that you do. But tell me about sort of how many times do you go out for a drink? Tell me about weekends away. Tell me about holidays, and sort of tell me about how many times you train as well. So how have you sort of packaged it all?
Okay, so training at the minute is between 4 and 5 times a week. So I try and get the 3 sessions in, usually Monday, Wednesday and Saturday morning. I try and do if I'm not working Saturday, or that'll switch to a Friday. And then I try and do a strength session on a Tuesday, Thursday. This weekend, we've just been away for the weekend. The last time I trained was Thursday. So I was back in the gym Monday, and I feel like when I've missed 3 days, it's like a massive part I've missed. So I sort of did a double on Monday, tried to do, and I know you can't probably catch up, but it's just personal thing. I feel that if I don't come to the gym for at least 2, if I miss 2 days, I feel like I'm missing out and I'm stopping my progress. But I know in reality that's not true, but the mindset I've got now is to train at least every other day and sometimes 2 days on the trot. Like you said, golf, I don't play golf as often as I'd like to. I probably play once a fortnight, if that, which helps because it's steps. It's between 20 and 25,000 steps around the golf, which is good. Drinking habits, I now drink in moderation, apart from the odd blowout, but it's like I still play pool. I go to quiz night on a Monday and I'll drink lime and soda, something like that. Pool I drive, I volunteer to drive out the guys who go, so it helps me. So in one sense, I can't have a drink because I'm driving, and it stops me from wanting a drink, which again helps me.
So I think that's an interesting point as well, because that's sort of a habit that I have really. So pretty much never really drink in the week. That's what I say to myself. So I do enjoy a drink, but like I literally say, right, I'm not drinking Monday to Thursday, basically. That's it. So Friday's class of the week. But my point is, so even if you have something that you do normally drink, or you do normally do, you can sort of adapt it quite easily. So it's not that you don't have to go pool, you don't have to go to the quiz night. You just have to adapt it so you don't have to drink. And make sure that doing little things like that, I think, is a good way of fitting into your transformation.
I sort of preempt that I'm not going to drink as well, so I'm not tempted. Whereas if I just went to the quiz night and thought, I'm not going to have a drink, and then all my mates sort of sat there with a pint, I think, go on then, I'll have a pint. But because in my mind I don't want to drink, then I'll go up and I'm quite happy to have a glass of lime and soda. Do you know what I mean? It's only, I think it's harder in the summer. So it's nice in the summer to sit outside a pub and have a beer and what have you. But, if you keep it in moderation, I've just 2 weeks holiday in September, and I sort of drank and eat every day for 2 weeks. Didn't worry about how much I was drinking. ate semi-sensibly, you know, didn't go mad with the eating. But when I came back, I think I put on 6 pounds, which I were quite happy with, because a week and a half in the gym, and that's just gone again. You know, get back on drinking more water, cutting the alcohol down, getting your diet back in, you know, and just doing that.
So tell me about holiday. What's different now from when you go on holiday? What's different sort of your mindset around training and diet, and sort of, you know, sort of some people think that when they go away, it's like, oh, getting back into it. Whereas I presume you're a mindset now pretty much like I am, pretty much like what quite a lot of people are that sustained transformation is. There's no doubt in your mind that you're going to get back into it. It's just that how quick can you get back into it? And what's your sort of mindset when you're on holiday? So obviously you can still, I'm sure you still drink, still eat, but how's your mindset change when you're on holiday around?
There's exercise there. I mean, we walk miles when we're on holiday, even if it's just one bar to the next. But during the day, I do anyway. Even if Helen's around the pool, I'll just go for a walk and maybe have a few beers, but I'll do 2 or 3 mile, just having a wander around. I'm not one for sort of sitting around the pool. Do a lot of swimming, so you're in the pool a lot. So you're being active without thinking about it, because you're enjoying yourself. You know, you're in the pool, you're maybe playing with a ball or something, swimming. So you are maintaining some sort of exercise without physically doing any, you know, putting your mind into doing exercise.
So what about you eating and drinking? Like, sort of, what is that sort of your mindset? Is not like, obviously, because what I fear a lot of people do is, right, I'm on holiday, I'm going to enjoy it, and then they just eat and drink so much that the fact that they get to like 3 or 4 days in, and it's the amount that they've actually eaten and drank that's what's going to be the barrier from getting back into it after, because they feel that bad. So what would you advise?
I think this year what were different is I enjoyed going out and having a drink more rather than going out and getting drunk, if that makes sense. So we still went out. I mean, I'd drink during the day, maybe 4 or 5 pints during the day while we were wandering around, or sat around the pool bar, you know, talking to people. And then at night we'd go out and probably only have 5 or 6 drinks, where before it'd be a lot more. Maybe drank a few cocktails rather than pints of lager. Food-wise, we'd have breakfast every morning, which were mainly eggs on toast. Might have had a full English one day. Lunches were mainly just salads, tuna salad if we had lunch. And then meals at night were either chicken or steak, something like that. So still eating the sensible things, you know, we didn't really have any pizzas. Had the odd gyros because we were in Greece, which you've got to do. But and I think being abroad as well, personally, I don't eat as much because of being warm. If I have a good breakfast, or a breakfast about 10 o'clock, I can sometimes go all day and then just have a meal at night. I'm not bothered about eating during the day.
So you're just not eating for the sake of it as well.
Exactly,
that's the thing on holiday.
I mean, people on holiday go out every night, you know, 14 nights for a meal. We didn't. We probably went out 6 or 7 because we may have had a late tea, which were a salad or something like that, you know.
I think that's absolutely spot on. So let's talk about your exact results before we talk about your whole THQ process, because you really have sort of used every sort of channel that we offer, like every sort of bit of, like, whether it comes to just advice, where it's been like make sure that you got an understanding, whether it's invested in one of the programs, whether it's making sure you do the shoe for the 6 week, I feel, and using the strength room. I feel that you've used everything, and I think that is sort of a shining example of why you've got the results, and why you're maintaining the results, and why you're still maintaining a flexible lifestyle around the results, because you've used everything that we offer. So just before we talk about the THQ experience, tell me exactly how much weight and how much inches and how much, again, just for this, and your clothes sizes, just a big.
So 36 inches, I think it is. And around 5 stone and a few pounds, so about 33 kilograms. I'm currently as we sit here now, only 3 pounds, I think, heavier than I were when I finished the last shoot. So that's, you know, going probably a good 6 months. I'm quite happy that I'm around that weight, because, like, I think I saw you put on a post the other day where you got down to 12 stone, but now you're sitting happy at 12 stone 8, which you're comfortable with that. So at the shoot, I got down to 14 stone 10, and then I was sitting at like sort of 15.6, where now I'm at around 14, 13, 15 stone, with 2.5 weeks left of the shoot. So I'm expecting to be better than the 14 stone 10 or less than I were the last time. So
Definitely. It's just being, again, you've got that, because you've got that sort of that knowledge and that experience, and you've got that understanding. It's very easy to like play around numbers and things like that, and not, like, and stay motivated. Another reason why I've always been impressed with you is because I remember when you did your first shoot that you did, and I was really massively impressed with your results.
I know you're going to say I was disappointed, weren't I?
And I think that's because that's good, because obviously you've got that high expectation, but there's only so much you're going to be able to achieve sometimes in the first 12 weeks. But what was great for me to see for you is that you were still even though you wasn't even though you wasn't happy with your results, you stuck that motivation, and because you know in yourself that you'd give everything, you couldn't give any more. When you got to the end of it, even though you wasn't happy, you was still motivated, because you think, you know what, I'm not full of crap, I'm actually put 100% effort here, I'm going to continue to do it. And you did, and then your next shoot you got better and better, and I think you was better, you was happy with your results in your last shoot.
My second shoot I would a lot better, a lot more defined, a lot more the thing is, with my first shoot, I think as you come in here and you look at all the pictures, you think, oh God, in 12 weeks am I going to look like that, you know? And I know in reality that doesn't happen. So even though I lost the weight and I looked better, I was disappointed not in the results, I was disappointed in the picture, if you know what I mean. The results I was pleased with, but in the picture I was disappointed with. That's just a personal thing. But if you look at from the first one to the second one, there were and I think you said to me on the day, you're going to really like this one. And I did. I was a lot more impressed, and I'm hoping that this time, in 3 weeks' time, that I'm going to be, as happy again. So
and you 100% will be, and the reason for it is, like what I mentioned, is that you've exhausted probably the wrong word, but you've used to your advantage all the systems that we offer. So you've not only just done the THQ sessions, that you've started use the free use area, the strength room, a hell of a lot. You've taken part in the chest and shoulders, the arms, you've done both of them, and you've done quite a lot. So what you've done is you've not just, because we are not just like a circuit training gym where it's just about losing weight. It's all about building a body. And what you've done by using the free use area and doing the programs is you focus on actually building muscle and building a long, lean body. So when you come then to strip down again for this shoot or the next shoot, you are actually every time you will be happier and happier with
small
your results,
improvements.
And I can physically see it now, just the way you're holding yourself in your t-shirt. You can see how much muscle you've built, and I think that's very important, that people need to understand that what THQ is all about. It's about a long process, a long process that you see results quite quickly to keep you motivated, but it's also about building a body.
I mean, people say, oh, how much do you pay? How much are you paying? It's like, it's not like paying £30-40 a month at a normal gym and going to use the facilities. Here, like you say, you've got the education, which I think is massive, not only in training, but in nutrition. You're not strict, as in you don't say, no, you can't eat that, you can't eat that. Either yourself or Ryan or any of the other trainers, you ask them and they'll say, yeah, you can have it, but don't have as much. Or, even during, I think, questions have just been asked recently, because there's like some first timers on the shoot asking about dairy, peak week, stuff like that. And I think the fact that there is flexibility there, that, and like I say, it is an education, it's investment. I feel that like I've invested in my own health, in my own personal, the way I look, the way I feel, the way I get compliments from people, the way people say, wow, you're still going to gym, you look good, how much have you lost now? You're disappearing, which I'm not, because I'm still, somebody who's 15 stone, it's just going to disappear, so.
Yeah, and that's the perfect way to look at it, and that's obviously that's the way we look at it. We do charge a little bit more, but we have a lot less members. And it's so that people can have that investment into it. Right, I'm invested in your health, because if we had like 800 members in one gym, then there's no way that we would be able to invest it in your health, and you could, because it's good that you've got that.
You'd lose that personal touch, wouldn't you?
100%. We all need that. We all need that personal touch. No, that's brilliant. So. What's THQ and what's your own success in body transformation? What impacts has that had on you and your family, really, in that?
Personally, like I've just said, everybody likes to be complimented on how they look. Do you know what I mean? Buying clothes, I've been able to buy nicer clothes rather than going online and looking for something that's double XL or triple XL or 50 odd inch chest and that. I can now buy normal, off the peg, mainstream clothes that I think look nice. I've spent. Don't talk to me about money I've spent on clothes, or Helen will kill me. So the clothes or golf. Yeah, you know, I have spent a lot of money buying new clothes, but I don't now. Now I look better in clothes. I like wearing the nicer stuff and looking good and going out, and you know, even my son who's just turned 21, he's like, "Oh, you look better than me," you know, and he's like stick thin. So getting compliments, I think, and just feeling healthier and happier in myself. Yeah, that's one thing as well.
Brilliant. And you mentioned about Helen as well, and what I think is again is another good thing that I thought you've brought to THQ and yours, because what I like people to do is that I like them to sort of not just impact obviously what they're doing, is impact the family as well. So maybe just bring the help things that they're learning. And I feel like you've definitely done that with Helen as well. So she's a member now. She's made some amazing progression.
She has, she's done really well.
So how's that sort of impact? How's that changed your relationship with you both?
Mate, it's a nightmare, I tell you. It is because when there was just me doing it, I knew that the chicken in the fridge or the eggs or that were mine, or the amino, you know, everything were mine. The protein shakes. Now I come and it's like it's gone because she's using it the same and doing stuff, and it's like, why haven't you washed this out? Where's my chicken gone? Where's my eggs? You know, so no, but it's good because now we can batch cook for both of us, whereas we'd be cooking 2 different teas. And now, I must say, this is her first shoot and my third. She's a lot more into it than me, if you know what I mean. That's hard for me to say. But she's really gone, as you want to say, all in. You know, she's probably more strict than I am, which she's done really well.
You have to be at the start, and which you did.
Which is good, but she's got the good thing of me not telling her off, but sort of saying, I want, you know, trying to keep her on that straight and narrow. And so saying that I've experienced it, so I know what will work, what won't work, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, you know. So I think this time we've really both helped each other. It's been really good.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's absolutely spot on. So I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for being obviously such a great member, and I'm glad that we've got you on there and had this conversation, because like I do feel that you are a shining example of when I'm trying to give advice and the content I'm doing is what I'm doing is thinking about someone like yourself as well. So on a personal note, thank you.
No problem. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, and let's keep up the good work and keep getting them results.
Yeah, great. Thanks. Cheers, Carl.